Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking exactly how, and more importantly, why you need to secure a dog license in Multnomah County. Look, if you're a pet parent, keeping your furry best friend safe is obviously your top priority, right? But something as simple as a local government license is actually one of the most absolutely crucial tools to guarantee that safety. So over the next few minutes, we're going to break down this whole process step by step. We'll cover the legal requirements for sure, but also the immense community benefits, so you can just confidently navigate the whole system.
Okay, let's dive right in with a pretty amazing statistic. According to Multnomah County field data, licensed pets that also have registered microchips are over 3.3 times more likely to be successfully reunited with their owners if they happen to get lost. I mean, that is a massive, game-changing increase in your odds of finding a wandering pet. Now, the microchip acts as a permanent identifier, but that physical license tag on their collar, that provides instant identification for neighbors, finders, or animal control officers to contact you immediately. Literally, they don't even need a microchip scanner to get your dog back to you.
So that brings us to the ultimate question for every pet owner tuning in today. Are you actually compliant with local law? Because under local ordinances and Oregon state law, canine licensing isn't just some voluntary registry or a nice suggestion. It's a mandatory legal obligation. And if you aren't compliant, you're not just missing out on that safety net we just talked about. You're actually risking some pretty heavy fines, which we'll get into shortly. But first, here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We'll cover 1. Why license your dog? 2. Who needs a license? 3. The licensing journey. 4. Navigating fees and discounts. And finally, 5. Application channels and renewals. All right, let's get into it.
Starting with Section 1, why license your dog?
What's really cool here is that your license fee doesn't just protect your own pet, it genuinely pays it forward. When you pay for a license, those funds go straight to Multnomah County Animal Services. And they use that money to fund 24-hour emergency rescues, veterinary hospitals, and care for abandoned animals. It also finances vital investigations into animal abuse and neglect. Plus, on a personal level, if your dog does end up at the shelter, being a licensed animal actually guarantees them a longer shelter stay while the county works to locate you. You're essentially buying into a massive community safety net.
Moving on to Section 2, who needs a license?
So, under Multnomah County Code Chapter 13, this requirement applies to all domestic dogs. And importantly, this explicitly includes any animal declared by its owner or keeper to be a wolf hybrid. Yeah, a wolf hybrid. If your animal fits this description, they are absolutely subject to all the pet licensing provisions in the county.
Now, the really crucial point to remember here is the 30-day threshold. The clock basically starts ticking based on a few specific life events. You've got to get a license within 30 days of your puppy turning 6 months old, or when their permanent adult teeth come in, whichever happens first. Or if you're a brand new resident, you have exactly 30 days from the time you move into Multnomah County. And if you just bought or adopted a new best friend, well, you have 30 days from that acquisition date to get them properly licensed.
And missing that 30-day window? That has some strict financial consequences. Failing to register your dog within that grace period results in an automatic $10 late fee, just tacked right onto your regular costs. But honestly, it can get much worse than that. Code violations for having an unlicensed or off-leash dog can carry steep fines, ranging from $150 all the way up to $1,000. Yikes, right? It's incredibly cost-effective to just get the license early and avoid these pitfalls altogether. After all, $1,000 buys a whole lot of dog treats.
Let's look at Section 3, the licensing journey.
Let's walk through a typical journey so you know exactly what to expect. Imagine a new pet owner, let's call her Sarah, who just adopted a golden retriever. Her journey is essentially 3 simple steps. Step 1 is the non-negotiable prerequisite. Sarah has to secure a valid rabies vaccination for her dog from a vet. You simply cannot get a dog license without proof of this vaccine. Step 2 is submitting her application details, either online, by mail, or right there at the clinic. And Step 3 is just paying the fee. So for Sarah, and really most first-time owners, the whole journey starts right in the vet's examination room, getting those shots, and then taking that paperwork straight to the county portal.
This is a great look at the back-end process from the county's perspective. When your dog gets the rabies vaccine, your vet actually sends that certificate in for you. County staff then enter that data into their internal system, which they call Shelter Buddy. Now,
If they see your pet isn't in their records with an active license, they'll actually send you a solicitation, basically a polite request to get licensed. If you're already in the system, they just send a standard renewal notice, leading to a current active license. It's a surprisingly streamlined workflow. So whether it's Sarah's new puppy or your 10-year-old rescue, the system actively tracks their status.
Okay, Section 4, Navigating Fees and Discounts.
According to the official Multnomah County Animal Services fee matrix, the baseline costs vary depending on a few key factors. Primarily, it's about the duration of the license and whether the animal is fertile or altered. But don't worry, we've broken these numbers down to make them super easy to digest and compare.
So a 1-year license for a spayed or neutered dog is $27, while an intact dog is $42. However, locking in a 3-year term is by far your best value here. For a 3-year license, an intact dog costs $107, but having a spayed or neutered pet drops that 3-year price down to just $62. That's a substantial savings over time, and it's intentionally designed to encourage long-term compliance and responsible pet ownership.
The county also builds in several really accessible incentives to help out residents. For example, if you're a senior citizen, age 65 or older, you get a massive 50% discount on those license fees for up to 2 pets. That's huge! And if you have a legally recognized ADA service dog, they are licensed completely free of charge. You just have to submit a quick fee waiver request form. So, by offering these reduced rates, the county is actively balancing strict enforcement with genuine community equity.
Finally, Section 5, Application Channels and Renewals.
You've got 3 distinct avenues to apply, which is great because you can choose whatever is most convenient for you. First up is the online portal at multicopets.org, which is hands down the fastest method. Second, you can do it old school by mail. Just print the application and send the physical documents to the historic Columbia River Highway Shelter out in Troutdale. And third, you can literally apply in person at the county shelter during open hours or directly through participating veterinary clinics right when you get your pet's rabies shot.
Now, if you're tackling the application yourself, here are some actionable tips to help you avoid common pitfalls. Just remember, if you apply online, the system requires you to upload your rabies certificate as a PDF or image file, and it absolutely must be under 25 megabytes in size. You'll pay right there with a credit or debit card. On the flip side, if you choose to use the mail, never send cash, you have to include a check or money order made payable to Multnomah County Animal Services, along with a physical copy of that rabies certificate.
Once you're licensed, maintaining it is honestly pretty straightforward. The county proactively notifies you via email or standard mail when it's time to renew. Just make sure you promptly update your address with the county if you happen to move, whether that's within or out of Multnomah County, just to ensure you don't miss these critical notices. Also, it's super important to be aware of a vital legal reality. Licenses can't just be casually canceled. If you're found to severely violate county rules or licensing agreements, your license can be officially revoked, but that actually requires an official court hearing. So keeping your dog's paperwork current and following leash laws is absolutely paramount.
Ultimately, jumping through these administrative hoops, filling out the forms, and paying the fees, it all serves one really profound purpose. As the county perfectly states in their own materials, a license protects your best friend. It's literally your direct lifeline to them if they ever get lost, and it funds the very infrastructure that keeps all animals in the county safe.
Before we wrap up, just a quick disclaimer. Because government procedures, fee structures, and application portals can and definitely do evolve over time, we highly recommend checking the official Multnomah County Animal Services website at multcopets.org for the absolute most current information before you start your application process.
We're going to leave you with this final provocative thought to consider today. If the unthinkable happens, and your dog slips out of the yard tomorrow, have you taken the necessary steps today to guarantee they find their way home? Don't wait for that 30-day grace period to expire. Get your pet licensed, get them protected, and just enjoy the peace of mind that comes with it. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer, and we'll see you next time.